Most days, yeah, I have a few hours that I could spare.
Okay, so you've already seen my rants about Game of Thrones.
Absolutely.
And I was like, I make it. Oh, like I don't know what the. Just
this whole season has been weird.
yeah.
And I mean, I'm not entirely disappointed. I've been enjoying myself.
Yeah.
But there are a few instances. I would say probably like 5 instances so far where I'm just like, they could have done better. But overall, I think the season is fine.
It's been a betrayal on the general audience. I mean, look, there wouldn't be as many memes as there are now.
Absolutely.
If it wasn't for this betrayal of character arc. And, and I'm sorry for anyone, and you know who you are, trying to defend it, saying it was good writing. I won't even call you out.
I have a lot of people on my friends list saying that, though. They're like, what kind of losers think this is a bad season? Y'all just haven't been paying attention.
I don't think they've been paying attention.
Exactly. That's how I feel. I was like, dude, I know everything you're about to say.
Yeah.
I've watched all the seasons, too.
Right.
I just have a problem with a few things.
And I'm sorry,
it's a real criticism.
When you got an actual comment post, I want to screenshot it just in case it deletes it, because he said season 9. I'm like thinking in my head, like, what show are you watching? Because we're on season 8 and it's the last one. And the last episode is coming up. Yeah. I should screenshot that ASAP.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people post defending it, and I get it. Like, I kind of want to defend it too. It's still a good show, but there are some things that don't make sense.
I'm sorry,
there are some things
but when she's in a meeting and she's saying like, "I am not here to be Queen of Ashes," I'm thinking in my head, that was a fucking lie.
Yes. That I would call that poor writing.
Yeah, that's lazy writing. It's like all of a sudden. The bells. I'm sorry.
Or somebody would say, somebody defending it might say that no, Chau, that was foreshadowing. What she meant was she is going to be the queen.
Oh, what?
Of Ashes.
She just snapped.
It doesn't make any sense. It really. And people will say, well, we've always known she had some crazy. Yes, but we've also always known she's a good person.
Right, because she's the breaker of chains.
Yeah. She always does something a little like, but then she always comes back and saves her character.
Even in season 7, there was like two guardsmen from the Lannister family, right? That she held, like, I guess if you want to call it a court fine, where they had to bend. She gave them a chance to bend the knee.
Yeah,
and they refused. It's like, Dracarys, bye.
Yeah, Which you could call that like, see, that was a hint that she was going to go crazy. And it's like, no, not really.
She that was their judicial system.
Right.
She went through a process. Which if anybody's a libertarian might appreciate.
Libertarian. So she's a libertarian now, Chau.
Well, no, I'm saying like, you can appreciate at least some kind of court system.
Right.
I'm just saying.
No, yeah.
Not to dive into politics.
I mean, I think we all knew that she was going to do something bad, but not like that. Not like that.
That was genocide.
It was too sudden and it was too big. You're right.
Yeah,
it was genocide.
It was straight up genocide. Like, like every city she's conquered, she's freed.
Exactly. There was
all
nothing.
Of a sudden,
there was nothing to push her over the edge enough.
Yeah,
to me,
not like this.
There's nothing big.
It's like
what's bad about her life right now?
She's lost her friends. She lost friends.
She lost a friend. Let's calm down.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Nobody else died.
Her BFF.
Her BFF. That's it. Like basically. The guy.
And two dragons.
She did lose 2 dragons. She did. That is a good point. Which she considers her children. I guess,
okay,
right?
Yeah.
I guess that's.
But aren't the people who because they mother or something, like there's an actual title, I forget the language they were using. They referred to her as like a mother.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, like, you want to burn,
just kills everybody.
Yeah, like, let's burn women and children.
And it also didn't make sense that she just never flew straight to the Red Keep and just killed Cersei.
Just blow it out of the water.
Why did it take her so long? Why did she have to murder all the innocents first? I thought when that dragon took off, I thought she was going to go kill Cersei.
And some people are probably going to argue that her dad was the Mad King. So I was like, no, she was never her dad.
She was never that way.
Yeah.
Somebody like...
Well, there wasn't...
Think about it this way. Cersei, she's a bad person. And we've always known she's a bad person.
Bad might be an understatement,
But we occasionally feel for her. Like when she had to walk of shame nude through the town, and when those priest dudes were like abusing her and shit, you kind of felt for her.
Yeah.
When her son after that committed suicide, you kind of felt for her, but you knew she was bad.
Yeah.
You know, and in the exact flip side of this, the Dragon Queen, we always knew she was good, but occasionally something bad would happen. She would do something bad, but we still know that she's good.
Right.
And this last episode just threw that out of the window. They're like, no, she's no longer good. When did that happen? Yeah. You've been telling me for how many seasons she's good?
The bells, I'm sorry. When someone tells me, like, she didn't have a choice, it's like, the bells rang.
Yeah.
What was it? I thought it was the bell of surrender, not the bell of stupid.
She 100% had a choice. She just, I don't know.
Like, she snapped and, like, all of a sudden didn't have a choice.
Yeah, now...
Get the fuck out of here.
With one... You know, I think that's another one of my biggest criticisms. Whenever this season is done, my biggest problem is going to be that the Night King wasn't a bigger deal. You know, they've been building it up for years, and it was so over so quick in one episode.
Because I didn't read Fire and Ice. I know I have a lot of friends that read the books.
I haven't.
I mean, yeah, we're way past the books.
That's what I hear. That's what I hear.
It's way past the books. So it's like anything goes. They can shit on it.
See, I remember like last season, I think, when I was watching the behind the scenes, they were still saying that they had George R.R. Martin on set, basically guiding them, telling them the things that are going to happen in the book. And they didn't exactly follow that, but they took his suggestions. You know, so I'm not sure if they did that this season or not.
The writers, the creator of the world, you know, it being translated into a TV series or a movie, they're never going to have final say.
Yeah, but I'm saying he was there throwing in his suggestions, telling them basically what he's going to write next.
Yeah, I mean, it's straight up lazy writing.
Yeah.
In my case, but, you know, it just, I don't have a whole lot of high hopes for it. You know, a lot of my friends, you know, are asking me, "You gonna watch the final season?" I was like, well, I made it this far. Might as well finish it up and get to the finish line.
Yeah. So I'm obviously still gonna be there Sunday watching it.
Yeah,
but
it just you might as well just wrap it up.
Yeah, just wrap it up at this point.
You know.
Yeah.
And just like peace out. You know, all I know is like somebody's. I think there was supposed to be a spinoff, or a continuation of some sort.
That would be interesting.
I don't know. It could be a prequel because you know how you feel about prequels.
Yeah.
You've already expressed it multiple times. I'm just saying. Like I'm just. If you start strong, finish strong.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know, like, not everybody, you know, sometimes it's a hit or miss, but come on, dude. You guys have, like...
To me, a lot of people are treating this like they treated The Last Jedi, you know?
Like how I treated The Last Jedi.
Like how you specifically treated The Last Jedi, yeah.
Oh. I mean, this is like, I said in my comments, like, this is Rian Johnson level writing.
Yes. That's what I see a lot of, and I don't know if I completely agree with that.
It's called subverting...
I do see mistakes.
Yeah, it's called subverting expectations. I'm like, I'll subvert my foot up your ass right now, dude, if you don't get your shit together. I'm just sorry, it's a cop-out.
Yeah. I agree.
It's such a. I was like, my head was starting to hurt. I come into work and it's just like, you know, you see it, like I don't want to talk about it right now.
Yeah.
I really don't want to talk about it right now. I was so irate, you know. But one of the things that, you know, on a lighter note, you know, moving past that. Well, I won't move past till after Sunday.
Yeah.
You know, I did watch that documentary with God of War you sent me. That was
Raising Kratos.
Yeah, Raising. That was Academy Award.
You think so?
Type material.
Yeah.
You know, not just the way it was. It really broke my expectations because, you know, gaming documentary. You know, like
I watch a lot of them.
Yeah.
So I have different views that I will share with you in a moment.
Yeah.
But it's good hearing your take on this.
Yeah, it's I don't expect this kind of emotions where there's a human aspect and how they translate it into the game.
I thought that was one of the best.
Yeah, it started off a little weird, but I was like, okay, you know.
See, originally it pissed me off because this guy had his kid around all the time.
Yeah.
And he's doing this interview and the kid's just yelling in the background.
Yeah.
And then they were like on a tour through the building and this kid's like in the. I'm just like, man, if I had a coworker who ever brought around his kid that much and literally couldn't get it out of the room for an interview, I'd be pissed.
I don't know.
I'd be like, dude, I get it. You love your kid, but we all love our kids, and you need to get the fuck out so we can have this fucking interview.
You know,
I would be kind of pissed. I would. It's unprofessional. It's straight up unprofessional. It is. It's unprofessional, and I get that he's the director of the game, but it's like we still have to work.
Okay,
here.
I wasn't that extreme about it.
You know,
okay. I'm not even married and have kids. You're married, but you don't have kids. It was
Right.
like, I don't even feel that malicious toward.
It was
like,
just, to me, it was just unprofessional. I mean, imagine being the guy filming that.
I'm a little loose
the audio.
about it.
Imagine being the audio guy,
Yeah.
and all you got is a baby fucking screaming in the background because he can't put his kid in the next room.
Well, okay, like,
you know.
But I like that natural interaction.
Yeah,
like,
I guess.
it's not, you're not trying to forcefully set something up. You know, and especially in documentaries, I prefer the human element.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, hey, it's a reminder. This guy's a dad. He's got family, and then
Well, then cut to some B-roll with him playing with his family. Don't put it in the interview.
you know. But I mean, but that's just me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's one take versus your take, and then I mean.
It was just a small thing that bugged me. I'm blowing it out of proportion. I was just like, shut that kid up. I'm trying to listen to this guy.
I'm not arguing.
You know?
I'm
Yeah.
not disagreeing with you. I empathize with you. I was like, oh, yeah, you know, I see his point, but I mean, I like kids.
I love kids.
But I mean, just like you're talking about, like, get that fucking kid out of there.
I'm just saying.
Like,
It's like,
do you want to go Kratos and just like just axe him? You know,
but I over the course of the documentary, I got used to it, and I kind of liked it, like what you're saying.
Yeah.
It added a human element, and the other human elements in it, like when the president of that studio, when she like has like this breakdown, sort of like on camera. I called it when it happened. I was like, when they were starting to ask her those questions in that room, I was like, Madison, she looks like shit. And then
she's stressed out as fuck.
like she looks bad. And then she was like, I don't want to answer that question. And I was like, I told you, she is depressed. Something is wrong with her. Oh my God.
Well, you don't have to be so overly dramatic about that.
It was,
I mean, like,
they were asking her about her family support, and she teared up and would not answer the question.
well, you already.
That's a real human element, though.
Yeah.
You don't see that in a gaming documentary. You know, you don't see that in any documentary.
Well, because
really.
again, we will only see from on the external side looking, and where we see their Instagram posts, their Facebook posts, their YouTube posts, their demos they put out, and you know, when she said that she didn't want to answer, it's like, dude, she lost a lot of family support.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
something's happening.
Like, you know, something, you know. God forbid. I mean, I don't know anything about her background.
I don't know anything either.
They didn't even go into it. You know, so either, I mean, I hope to God, like, you know, things work out for the best for her. But if you know, if a divorce came up, because of a game, I mean, that's one. I hope the video games would show a great deal, which I think they have. You know, by, you know, because it's the best. It was the best and the fastest selling PlayStation exclusive. Broke. I don't want to say records, but expectations.
Yes, absolutely it did.
And but it one of the things that overall that I saw when they introduced like the characters, like the voice actors, like Christopher Judge, and we all know him, at least if you're like a sci-fi nerd.
Indeed.
Yeah. From the Stargate series as Tilk.
He's my boy. It was so cool seeing him on camera, especially this long since SG-1.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, like, but dude, the guy made bank off of SG-1. And even he's made guest appearances on Stargate Atlantis. You know, and then what really hit home was, I thought it was really, before I get to the emotional part, you know, what he was talking about, you know, when he got the script, you know, he calls his manager back and he's like, I thought we were shooting a video game.
Yes. He thought, he was like, this sounds like a movie. What are you talking about?
I was like, because he was shocked and awe, like, this can't be right.
Yeah.
And it's a reminder of the convergence between filmmakers and video games, or if not, maybe it could be the video games taking cues from filmmakers. You know, even still Steven Spielberg himself was. I mean, that might be a debate. I don't know.
What?
Well, because there was a point in time when him and Lucas came out and said video games isn't an art form.
I could see that.
You know, it was like coming from them, it's not a surprise, but they like video. I don't know. It almost seems like two contradictory personalities or views just colliding each other.
Well, they've you know been friends their whole lives.
Yeah,
and they've always liked each other, and they've respected each other, and they've seen eye to eye on a lot of things. Spielberg tries to defend Lucas a lot when people attack him because he understands why George Lucas is a genius, and George Lucas understands why Spielberg is a genius.
Yeah.
Like, they understand each other's geniusness. And I think if they both agree on video games, I could see that, because they've always sort of been sort of kindred spirits. They went different paths, but they've always sort of been kindred spirits, and they've always loved each other's work. So
I could see that. There's like one of the ones like they're yin and yang.
Yeah, they're yin and yang, sort of.
Yeah,
they're always together, sort of a thing.
Yeah. But I like the idea, because I know, remember we talked with when we had Jackie on the show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious as like where her whether like if she thinks maybe, I mean, again, I know it's obviously too early to tell when we threw her in the VR unit. How video games may change her perspective on how she films, because it's heavily influenced mine. I don't know about you. Yeah, it's heavily influenced how I film. Again,
I've heard you tell me that. Yeah.
Yeah. With games like Metal Gear Solid being like the gold standard,
right? It's the gold standard. I love it.
To me, it is the gold standard.
I love that.
I'm sorry.
That's great. That's great.
I might be just a Hideo Kojima fanboy.
Yeah.
That's just me. But coming back to Christopher Judge, when he had that conversation with his manager, I thought that was really fascinating. It's, and then on top of that, then you see the music scoring process, and then like how it hits the notes, and it was all done by accident. And then and then you see the interaction between him, Chris Judge. I forgot what the kid's name was. Atreus. I
don't remember the actor that played him.
Yeah, Atreus. I think it was like Sonny something. There's good chemistry between them.
Yeah. The jokes they were saying were pretty funny.
I
couldn't believe that Judge was saying some of the things he said to that kid.
Why not?
Because they were like some grown up jokes. They're like, you think you're better than us because you did a fucking movie? Like, he said that to a kid. I was like,
well, that's kind of like that's kind of like
it was a joke and it was funny.
Well, yeah, because he's like he may.
But does the kid even understand that joke?
Doesn't matter. He's one of them.
Yeah.
He's one of them. Like,
but does he understand it, or does he think he's making fun of him? Does he think he's bullying him?
Does he look like he was being bullied?
I'm just saying. I thought it was hilarious.
Throughout the game, he was bullied. Boy.
Boy. The game of boy.
I mean, how many times have you called him boy?
I love it.
Like, the entire time, even though he meant well, it was all condescending, but it worked.
Yeah.
It's just like, he was like, if someone was like, oh, he's being a bully, it's like, I don't care.
Yeah. Right.
That's his son. His responsibility, even though he missed like 10 years of his life, still, he's trying to raise a man.
I think the father figure in the game is like spot on. Like, that's what I wish fatherhood could be, because I'd be so excited.
It's interesting. Like, when you as you progress with Judge's interview, man, like, I think what did he say? He said like what really. The script hit a little too close to home. Yes. Because he missed 10 years of his kid's life.
Yeah. And I was assuming he was talking about Stargate.
Yeah, it was Stargate. Well, because it was 10 years.
Yeah. I was like, what else was he doing for that long? It had to be Stargate.
Yeah, Stargate SG-1. It's like, and then he apologized. Like, like, sincerely, like, you see him tearing up, and he was trying to crack a joke to deal with the emotions.
That made me tear up a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, dude,
I get emotional when I watch things.
When I saw that, I was like, oh shit.
When I see a grown man cry, it gets me.
Like, he's not a grown man. He's like jacked.
Huge.
And you see him like
tear up. It's like I'm going to tear up too.
I was like, shit.
Yeah,
I was like,
absolutely.
Don't cry. I got this. Yeah, I know. I was like, oh man, he's tearing up.
Yeah.
And then he goes,
I'm surprised the company was willing to show all those things,
especially the president, dude.
Yeah, you can't show your president breaking down. Like what is that loses faith in the company, right? But
they released it after though.
Yeah, I'm just saying,
because it was May 10th is what it said on the publishing date on the PlayStation channel.
Okay,
so this is way after. It's 2009. It's May 10th, 2019. It was released back in 2018. It's okay.
Yeah, but if she's still like running the company and people see that she's like emotional and like breaking down,
it doesn't matter.
Do they want her to still run? I'm surprised that Sony was cool with putting that out there.
The fact that they were able, the fact that I think it gives. I mean, again, I'm not going to speak for stakeholders or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but even then, stakeholders are human beings too. They get it.
Yeah.
They know the stress. They know the little.
Yeah, but they also get that this isn't about emotion. This is about money. It's about my money.
That's fine.
You know what I mean?
That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. I mean, the stakeholders are a dime a dozen. I'm sure they're going to have different views. I mean,
mm-hmm.
we'll get one of them from Sony, and we'll talk to them like, how did you feel?
I agree with you. I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
I know.
I'm saying I don't know how that looks on a money side.
I don't know how it looks. I don't have any stakes. Well, as a gamer, I have a lot of emotional stakes on the game because I played all the games and I was like, I love them all.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I thought what was funny was the director, the creative director of the game. Can't remember his name. It was like Corey. It doesn't matter. He was kind of a goofball, anyways. But I like him. I mean, a little weird, but
fine overall.
Yeah, fine overall. He said something about like because people were wanting to like the whole. Like bloody sex and like and then he goes out and he's like, you need to see a psychiatrist or a therapist.
It's like, bitch, you made the game. What are you talking about?
He's like, you need to see a therapist. Like I was like, icebreaker.
That was funny.
I started laughing.
I liked when they were interviewing.
The way he said it was funny.
I liked when they were interviewing the different creative directors for the different God of War games.
Yeah.
And they were like, "How did you get this job?" He's like, "Oh, I got this job because he quit." They're like, "How did you get this job?" He's like, "I got the job because he quit." Apparently, all you need is somebody to quit. I thought that was hilarious.
Well, because like there was a breakdown in the company. Apparently, I mean, I don't recall them going too far into it, but there's a little breakdown. I mean, I guess it's gonna happen at some point. The stress level.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was him, but it was somebody else. Another executive officer was talking about like he had creatives tend to be more emotional, more sensitive, and I have to approach every person a different way. And then he goes, and then there was like a shot of him just leaning back. It is like, I gotta go. He just gets up. I gotta go. Like, before I lose my shit. No, it's like, just do it. Just get it fucking done. It's like, that's my man, dude.
Yeah.
But I'm a nice guy, though.
Yeah, totally.
I'm a nice guy, though.
Everybody knows you're a nice guy.
I'm a nice guy.
I gotta tell you, it'd be terrifying being one of the people in one of those cubicles with all those bosses walking around to each station to seeing your progress,
right?
And like them judging you. And I think that's probably why he got the job as creative director, because he's so honest. Because he was telling people when their shit sucked. And like,
well, you need to.
Yeah, I know, but like hard, like. I like imagine that, like the pressure. The director of the game walks to your computer, says, "What do you got?" And you're like, "I got this," and he's like, "That's shit." And it's like, am I gonna lose my job? Like, I mean, like that would be some intense pressure, But I think it takes a person like that, but it can be so honest.
It's a good when you put in it when you have a lot vested. I don't put money aside. Your reputation.
Yeah.
Not only that, the time.
Yeah.
That time. You better make that time worth it.
And people's jobs really are on the line.
Yeah. It's not just your job, it's your coworker's job.
Yeah.
So your coworker better be doing his job. You better be damn well, but you better be doing your job.
Yeah.
And then only time like that, you got the gamers, the big audience, because you remember it, man. Like I know we said this a million times, man. It can potentially become a toxic environment. Yeah. Very quick.
Yeah.
They're either gonna love you or they're gonna fucking hate you. And I get it, meritocracy, capitalism, blah blah blah, and I know like you're playing at the devil's advocate, but again, I think
the kids in the basement are whining again.
Yeah, there you go. Oh man, child abuse.
They're fine. Yeah, they're used to eating like once every 3 days.
Yeah,
so
they're but I mean, normally I'm the dickhead that's just like, nah, fuck that. I mean, it's about the money. I get it. And it's like, but like, I mean, when you watch this, I mean, you kind of empathize them.
Yeah.
A lot.
Very much so.
Especially the girl who played, what was it? I forgot what her name was. Danielle Basutti, who played the Freya. Yeah. Yeah. She had a lot of emotional bags with her. I mean, it was crazy. Like, everybody had something going. And it's interesting how it translated well into, because they were all saying, like, yeah, this is kind of hitting really close to home. Little
You know, I will say that would probably be my one like critique of this documentary is I think maybe it did a little too much of that and not enough on the technical side. Because, you know, I'm a technical guy. I like to see what it actually takes to make this game. You know, like I want to interview with an animator saying, well, the way we decided to animate the hair was we created this brand new technology. We call it hair flex. And the way it works is that, you know, I wanted to see some of that shit.
Why can't you just YouTube a tutorial and how to see how works?
That's not the point. The point is like, I watched this one for like, you know? I watched this one for Uncharted. There was like 30 minutes long that Sony released. Yeah. I watched this one for The Last of Us.
Right.
And they did not get into that emotional stuff, but they got into that technical stuff. Yeah. That like how do you make it to where it runs 60 frames a second? You know, I want to know your struggles with that.
Or one could argue, you know? Say like, how do you make it do this? Like, one, you got to have a boss to tell you it sucks. Yeah. And then you can, until you get to that process, like maybe having a boss to breathe down your neck. I mean, again, I know I'm not for micromanagement whatsoever, but in this case, the situation may have called for it. If you're having people drop out,
right,
like dead flies, it's like you're gonna have a high turnover rate. You know, could be possibly the process to get like a swift, you know, like hey, or maybe, you know, you come up to the cubicle with a bat with the nail, you know, with nails, like Walking Dead style, and it's like, let me see your shit.
Right.
Oh, that's pretty good. Keep up the good work. I'll be back.
Yeah, I mean, you know, everybody's got a different management style, I suppose, Chau. It's a little dark.
Saying, like, I mean,
I would have liked to see more technical stuff. I think that's my only point.
Maybe that was part of your expectation.
It was part of my expectation because it's about a fucking video game. You know, like if I'm watching behind the scenes of a movie and I don't see the DP talk, I don't see the editor talk, I don't see the sound composer talk, I would get angry. You know, if they're just like interviewing the actors or something, like I would get angry. You know, like that's not all that goes into making a movie. There's so many technical aspects.
You saw that. You already know what the technical. Are you using Maya? I mean, come on. This is
no, like, but that game is fucking beautiful.
I know.
I want to see them talk about that. I want to see them talk about the challenges of that. I want to hear them say it wouldn't even run. And this is what we did to make it run. It took 3 months of fixing this stupid problem. You know, I want to see that kind of a struggle.
What was interesting was, like, because you know when they demoed it at the PlayStation event, it was really cool how they showed like I think it was like 14 minutes.
Yes.
But they had the live orchestra playing like
that
section by section. It was like because I remember that. I was like, are they playing? Because I wasn't sure. But they were saying like they confirmed like what my suspicions were when I first saw it, and I was like, oh my god, they're hitting. I was like,
that's genius.
I was like, I was like, I mean, but they're hitting it. He's got to play it live. It's not like, it's not a recording, a pre-recorded or rolling it. It's like this is it, and then. I mean, like when I saw the fans like react, like when Kratos came out, like that was my reaction. Like, holy fuck!
Yeah,
because I was watching it with my friends.
Okay.
Online, well, actually, yeah, we were watching online because it was all of us in our couches. Like my buddy in Illinois, everyone's like, "You watch this?" We're freaking out. We're yelling, screaming on the phone, screaming over the headsets, and I'm just like, "You guys are too loud. I gotta take it off." But it was refreshing to see Kratos back in a whole new different light.
Yeah.
You know. That being said, when they cut back to the studio, they one of the guys said like, yeah, when we did that demo, we realized it wasn't scalable.
Yeah, that was like, oh shit. What? Yeah. That's more the stuff I wish they would have focused on. Yeah, that's interesting to me.
Yeah, I was like,
what do you mean it's not scalable? Yeah. What are you talking about?
Like, oh shit, what do you mean? It was like, yeah, it took a year and a half just to put that together. It's like. Yeah. Hold up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
What do you mean a year and a half? It's like holy shit. And then these guys were talking about like you could see the meetings they're having, and it's like
I cannot imagine having that many bugs you have to fix. Fuck me. You know. It'd be terrible.
That's like Anthem level.
Yeah. Yeah,
Electronics
didn't release it. They actually went in and fixed it.
Yeah. Well, then again, I don't think Anthem's ever EA's never gonna talk about their shit.
Absolutely,
they're like, but that's the thing. Like,
I would love to see a documentary about
that. Would be interesting.
The shit storm that was Anthem.
There's gonna be a lot of shit talking on Twitter. That's all you need to know.
Yeah. Imagine
disgruntled employees left and right.
Imagine
it's like it's a revolving door and shit. But it just, oh my god. guys, we're a little actually out of time. We didn't go too over, but
good for us.
Yeah, I know, we did pretty good. But man, we're actually, you know what? We're gonna leave the link down below directly to the documentary.
Raising Kratos.
Yeah, I highly recommend it.
Absolutely.
And again, I do stand by what I said. It is borderline. I don't know if it is award-winning. I'm not a judge on this stuff.
It's cool. It's very cool and more emotional than you think it's going to be.
It's definitely subvert my expectations on gaming documentary, but again, because I was expecting technical stuff.
Yeah.
That said, guys, my name's Chau, checking out.
I'm Ian.
The cool guy.
I got you to say it, bitch.
There you go. I'm just going to go with the flow a little bit. I thought, okay,